And welcome back to DeFi Crypto, where today we'll be taking a look at Solana token. Yeah, pretty much Sol has pumped off the lows. We did see that. We actually saw Sol leave its trading range last week, which was pretty crazy. I got in on a little trade around 820, caught that bottom move right there. And, I sold way too early. I didn't think that prices would pump this high. So we're pretty much going to be looking at price predictions, levels to look out for 2023, for January 2023. And if Bitcoin keeps running, Sol is going to do numbers. I mean, as much as Sol has been through so much, especially with the whole FTX unwinding, still so much potential for this token in 2023. So many high profile players playing with Sol in terms of leverage trading. So I don't think anything will change, my bad, in terms of, just how well Sol trades. So let's hop straight into it. We're going to start off by looking at the monthly levels for Sol. These are our kind of automatically generated fib levels. As you can see right now, Sol has, kind of found support on the 0236 level, which is the lower mean level. Bounced off that level, shot straight through the mean, which is the 0 level, and then has now found resistance at the 0.382. Now, for me personally, I think there is still more to go for Sol. Strong, push through the 50 EMA, which is usually an indicator for if, there is volume. Is there desire for higher prices? When price shoots straight through, we can see we got that green candle right there. That is, increased volume. It looks good to me, right? So what I'll be looking for from a monthly perspective is to see Sol find support either on top of the 0 line, that's bullish, even better on top of the 0238 level, to just kind of find some sort of support, right? So if we see something like this, support found, Bitcoin is strong, S&P looks good, we'll definitely see, a hit all the way to the Fibonacci, which would be the golden pocket, which would be the 0618. Now for me, that generally when you see prices moving up with this much strength, you can expect that zones like these will be taken out, right? Now, what other confluences do we have in the zone? Well, for example, this kind of runs straight back to, this level right here, right? You can see that liquidity zone got touched there. No reason for price not to kind of touch that range again, these range highs from last month, right? So that's what I'm looking out for. I personally wouldn't short now if you're looking to short Sol. I know you can get a nice, 30% if price was to go back to the previous low. I would, say it's a bit too early. So, we do have strength as well with this hull band right here. Until that turns purple, which is bearish, I wouldn't touch the short button on Sol. So that's kind of looking at it from a monthly perspective. Now, if we kind of do a quick recap of this week's worth of trading, right? These are the weekly fib levels. We can see same thing, right? Price pretty much taps, at the beginning of the week. I mean, look at how accurate these levels are, man. I mean, price literally taps this mean range right here. I mean, look at that. That's to the dollar, right? Find support off the daily open and then just goes for it, right? Strong push forward, right? Touch on that golden pocket, right? That 0618. And again, break straight through. This is why I say don't short too early. Always wait for a bearish market structure, right? This is bullish, right? We're seeing higher highs the whole way through, right? All of these moves going up, right? It is a bit too parabolic. That's why I also wouldn't jump in on any longs. I want to see a nice solid support form, as I said, on the weekly, it would be somewhere around the 50 EMA. So for me, that is on the 0382 would be good support. But, anywhere around this range where we don't see prices just collapse, right? Now, for me personally, we do have a liquidity zone here. This is another indicator I use. And it prints these kind of zones when we get these kind of crazy tops or crazy bottoms. And, more than, usually we see these zones touched, right? So I would personally be looking for somewhat of a short around here, okay? If prices become bearish, so if you see something like this happen, right? Price kind of hovers around, maybe you get a hit to that golden pocket. Price doesn't close, right? We could then enter next week bearish, right? That would for me be, decent trading. If I was wanting to hold a trade for a week, I think that would be a pretty good place to buy shorts, right? So, pretty simple, man. Sol trades so well when the trends are trends. I mean, if we go back to this monthly, this to me looks like retail selling off, right? Just kind of slow grinding downwards, right? These are generally quite hard markets to trade because, this was the December kind of standstill, right? That I was talking about in the last video. Not much happened, right? Nice little hit. Resistance right there onto the 50 and onto the lower mean, right? To me, that is weakness in the market, right? Prices continue to go down, right? Possible liquidations, right? Long liquidations. I mean, not many people are going to be able to hold their leverage trades 30% down. I mean, you do the multiplication on there. I mean, just 10% leverage is 200%. That's a lot, right? Most people are liquidated by then. Huge institutional sell-offs right here. Candles like this are usually big players exiting or shorting, right? So it'll be an interesting month. I'm interested to see all of these candles eventually get taken out. If we go back to our monthly, oh my bad, this is the monthly. At least up to here would be decent, right? That's what I'm saying. $20 for Sol would be good, right? To me, this market should have enough to go on. Just a quick look at Bitcoin. If we see Bitcoin go up to, what is this, 18,400? Let me just increase the size of this real quick, right? If we could see Bitcoin go up to that kind of 18,300 zone, Sol for sure will hit those levels, right? So yeah, pretty interesting, man. I mean, from a day trader's perspective, again, Sol does trade quite nicely. It's not going to be perfectly accurate. Again, these are kind of generated levels, but as you can see, look at that, man. Whenever we're seeing prices reject upwards or find support at these mean ranges, I'm not looking to short, right? Somebody might have gone short here thinking that, wow, I caught the top, right? Because this was such a vicious move, right? You can hold that trade for a little while, but you got to trade with the trend. That's why, if you want to rely on these signals that I got right here, if you see the hull band on the higher time frames, print a certain color, I'm not looking to short this, right? I'm waiting for that kind of turn in the market, right? That way I know for sure I can go for that trade and at least just set a stop loss, or set higher orders in so I can get a better entry. But yeah, it'll be a good trading week, right? For now, it is Thursday today. Market should kind of decrease in volume, right? If we take a quick look at the volume just for a second, spot volume down about 7%, right? That usually is to be expected towards the end of a week. Can we expect prices to pump even higher? I don't know. But if I was looking to end the week off strong, maybe pick up a trade right here, right? 1760. I'll pick up a quick trade right there. Take it all the way up to around 14. Oh, my bad. What does that say? Yeah, let me just make this bigger, man. I don't know why all of these got so small suddenly. There we go. Yeah, pick up a trade around, 1260 and then carry that all the way up to around 14.3. Would be good, to end the week off. I think that there are probably quite a lot of early bears, right, that may have gotten into trades over here, right? Let's just quickly change that color. A lot of bears that may have entered quite early, right, holding on to these trades. What usually happens before the end of the week, let's just say we do get a little wick down, price spikes back up, takes out this previous zone, takes out all the stops, because just imagine how many stops are up here, right? I mean, it must be crazy, right? So, I'm kind of looking for that zone. Again, if we look at what Bitcoin is doing as well on our daily fib level. Oh, price is dumping right there in real time. Still holding on the zone right here. You see, that to me is pretty strong, right? If this breaks, then the week's worth of trading is probably over. But, New York's opening right now. Rejecting off of that mean level. Where are some zones that we could look for on Bitcoin? Right here, right? I would expect this high to get taken out. But if this was the high that took out this high, maybe a bit of a kind of bearish structure. We do see a bit of bearish divergence here as well. It'll be interesting to watch. But, hopefully this video adds value to your Sol trading, right? Again, don't short prematurely. One thing I always have stood by is to never take a trade in this zone right here, right? So if you were looking to long, check right there, golden pocket, right? You can take your longs right there. Good opportunity. You've kind of missed the boat if you are, kind of chasing a swing trade in a zone like this, rather than go onto the daily level, right? What day was this? This was Monday, and then just go, let's take a look at Monday's trading, Tuesday, Monday right there. Then you can take a trade off a double bottom or some sort of pattern. If you jumped in on this kind of structure right here, on the daily mean price is okay, right? Because it's such a short time frame. You can jump in and get a big trade, right? So, just keep an eye out on the market, right? And then take advantage of all of the opportunities. But yeah, those are our levels, hopefully that makes sense. Plot these in, to your chart, go back in the video, print out these levels on your chart and watch them get hit. It's crazy how accurate these fib levels are. But I'll check out the next one. Definitely make sure to subscribe. Let's go.